Hello everybody! Today we're going to unbox, take a close-up look and test the X-Sense Carbon Monoxide Alarm. So let's first take a look around the outside of the box. So this is the X-Sense Carbon Monoxide Alarm with LCD. And here are some of its warnings. So this X-Sense Carbon Monoxide Alarm has a 10-year lifespan and a 5-year warranty. And here are some of its features. And product information. Okay, so now let's go ahead and open up the box, but of course sliding the outer sleeve off. I'm going to set it on the right hand side of the frame. And now let's open the box itself to reveal the X-Sense Carbon Monoxide Alarm with LCD. So just giving you a close-up look as it sits inside the box packaging. And now let's pop the carbon monoxide alarm along with its packaging out from its tray. So let's perhaps pop the carbon monoxide alarm out first, and just taking a look inside the box, you see there is a pack or triple pack of AA batteries. Just going to set that down and continue with the unboxing. So going to lift the clear plastic tray out, and just to show you what's underneath it. So we're going to take a close-up look at the items in just a moment. Just going to remove all the contents from the X-Sense Carbon Monoxide Alarms box packaging. Okay, and that's the box emptied. Let's close that up and set that to the side. So I'm just going to put it all back together very quickly, if I can. Perhaps slide it from the left side, and there we go. And setting the box right down on the right hand side of the frame, so you can see the contents of which we've unboxed and laid out across the tabletop of this X-Sense Carbon Monoxide Alarm. Okay, so let's start off by first taking a look at this card. So there is a warranty card, so it does come with a 5-year warranty, even though this card does mention just 3. Okay, let's set that down and to the side. And moving on to the next item, there is the user manual. Make sure you read that thoroughly and have the carbon monoxide alarm installed by a competent installer. So some information there with the contents listed in 5 languages. So user manual does provide information. So right here, for your reference purposes, I'm just going to show the English section as quick as I can. So right there, always, sometimes, maybe not always, useful to somebody. So right there, and moving right along. So several pages for the English section, and then now we're in the German section right here, Deutsche, and just going to show you the thickness of the user manual for the X-Sense Carbon Monoxide Alarm. Once the camcorder does get some focus right there, just to show you the 5 languages in which this user manual covers. Okay, so setting that down and moving on to the next item. So a packet here, you can see 2 wall plugs or anchors along with 2 screws, and the screws are Phillips head screws, so they are the ones with the plus or cross design at the top. It's right there. So some fixings for the X-Sense carbon monoxide alarm. So I'm just going to set that packet down on the left hand side of the frame. And then of course moving on, we have a 3-pack or triple pack of AA batteries. It's right there. Okay, so now moving on to the next item, which is the main item itself, which is the X-Sense Carbon Monoxide Alarm. Just let me find a spot. I'll set the batteries on the right hand side of the frame so they don't interfere with the foreground while we're handling this X-Sense Carbon Monoxide Alarm. So initial impressions is very light in weight, and of course does have a nice and solid ABS plastic construction, and there is a metal mesh that goes around it as well, or vent, depending on what the design is about for this X-Sense Carbon Monoxide Alarm. So giving you a look all around first, just to show you the thickness as well, and of course the mounting side of this X-Sense Carbon Monoxide Alarm with LCD. So right there, giving you a further outside view for a better perspective, and gonna rest it in the palm of my hand. So right there with the X-Sense Carbon Monoxide Alarm resting in the palm of my hand. Okay, so hopefully that gives you a good sense of the size of this carbon monoxide alarm. And as I mentioned, it is pretty tough with its ABS construction or hard plastic, while being quite light in weight for its size. So giving you that all-round look. And of course, once again, I'm going to show you the underside or backside or mounting side of this carbon monoxide alarm with LCD. So right there you can see the 2 mounting holes. Actually, let's find out. So always make sure you read the user manual first. So right there, popping the cover out just to show you the inside or backside of this carbon monoxide alarm. So okay, so you mount right there the 2 screw holes for the Phillips screws to go in, and then twist and locking the alarm to the mounting plate to your surface. Okay, so the 2 screw holes right there, and then simply twist and lock, of course, make sure it's all lined up. Obviously these springs have to be set down once the battery goes in there, and then just locking it securely in place against your ceiling. Okay, so there we go, very simple operation right there for mounting with the 2 mounting screw holes on the mounting bracket or plate. So giving you a close look inside in the back design battery compartment, and of course the specifications of this X-Sense Carbon Monoxide Alarm. Okay, so now that we've got the battery compartment open, we should pop in some batteries, or the batteries that come included with this alarm. So let's twist and get the batteries out from its plastic wrapper right here. And the last one, let's see. if we can get that out. So struggling a little bit, so let me set that down. And of course, okay, it's time for the penknife, and being very careful there, cutting away from oneself and releasing that final battery. So 3 batteries there. Going to pop it in and make sure you follow the instructions carefully. So setting the battery in, you can see that there is the springs right there, and making sure those parts go down, and you can see that chirp, very sharp and loud chirp from the X-Sense Carbon Monoxide Alarm. And you can see that bright blue or dark blue LCD. It does appear slightly paler through the camcorder, but nonetheless, right there giving you a much closer look at the LCD and the following buttons right there. So there is a push or test button at the bottom. Let's go ahead and press that and see what happens. But before I do that, let's pop the bracket mounting plate right back and making sure we twist to lock it in place. Okay, so everything is set in place. Let's go ahead and push that test or hush button. And you can see right there how loud that alarm is. Very sharp chirp. And that display reading back. So always reference and make sure you understand the setup or user instructions and guide from the user manual, so that proper installation and operation is followed for this X-Sense Carbon Monoxide Alarm. So right there, it is ready to go, and it does have a 10-year lifespan. The sensor that's built into the unit has a 10-year lifespan, and the unit comes with a 5-year warranty. So just going to do one more test just to show you right there. So that's the X-Sense Carbon Monoxide Alarm. Thanks for watching and happy monitoring.